And I also thought you were trying to say that love conquers all.
Yes.
Omar is a lazy guy. Has a reputation of being
lazy in quotes.
You know, always stopping by the palm wine tapas shop to get some
with his best friend
to get some palm wine every day. You know, but because he had to cross that hurdle, you know, all the ingenuity that was hidden in him just came out, you know, and then he solved a major problem for the entire village and became a village superstar. I think that was also something else you were trying to draw out, about the power of love, right?
The power of love. With the power of love, he was able to go the extra mile to think out of the box. We must give it to him. It's very creative. It was a creative way of solving an old problem. Of course, there's no way he could have found that land using the same old methods of his forefathers. That's why he thought of mechanization. Incidentally, the commissioner for agriculture in that district has been trying to sell mechanization to the villagers, but they ignored him. They wanted to be farming the same old way they've been doing it. But when they saw how successful Omar was with that tractor and those other farm equipment that he used, the modern farm implements, he decided to give modern farming a second look. So that's why he brought mechanization to the village, so to speak.
And he became a star.
And then she provided very pleasant instructions. She was the driving force. She pushed him. At times, it is good to be pushed. She pushed him into doing something and thinking out of the box.
I think love
to win his love.
Love does that to all of us.
It certainly does.
Doesn't it?
But this one is a positive one.
Positive inspiration.
Yes.
Okay, then another story I liked, the village letter writer, Mr. Nwoko.
Jeremiah
Nwoko, the teacher, who had big grammars. Dazzled them with big grammars. Okay, page 95. Let me see if I can trace. Yeah, the village letter writer. Okay, so he's a brilliant teacher. You know, he's very learned, and he was a star amongst the students who all loved him. And he taught them. But you know what I liked about the story was, I don't know whether you were conscious of it or not, but there was a lot of wisdom hidden in that story. A lot of wisdom. He had all these sound bites he was sharing with the children. For example, when he taught them about no man is an island.
Yes.
And use that to teach them that you can't rely on yourself and nobody's perfect. And then also, there's a place in page 105 where you wrote, he asked after her progress at school instead. Perhaps the thought of receiving a rebuff stopped him from becoming too adventurous. He seemed to forget that a faint heart never won a fair lady. That's true. A faint heart never. I mean, there are a lot of young guys out there who they have a girl they're in love with, but they just never have the
courage,
to go and ask. And if you don't ask, you don't get, do you?
You don't, certainly.
So, tell me about this. How did you develop your characters in this story? Mr. Nwako, the teacher. Nwako himself fell in love with one of his students.
Okay.
What's the name? What's the name of his student? The girl. The daughter of Pa Wilson. Pa Wilson is his tailor.
Yes.
Okay. He has a tailor called Pa Wilson. Pa Wilson has a daughter who is a student. Oluchi is Pa Wilson's daughter, who is a student to Mr. Nwoko. Nwoko falls in love with Oluchi.
Yes.
And how did you develop all these characters?
But he feels shy to make his heart known.
The big grammar speaking teacher is shy to. Okay.
He became tongue-tied. It's direct opposite of the other fellow, Omar, that I will see.
Yes.
Omar, of course, is very expressive about his love for Chile. Promised to do a lot of things for her. Even the father promised to build a house for the father, but the father, of course, never took him serious. Well, in this case, Mr. Nwoko, the village letter writer, is a little on the shy side, but very good with words. He's very cerebral, but shy with words, perhaps shy with women. When he saw, he writes letters for Oluchi's father, who happens to be the local tailor at the village.
Okay.
So each time he makes new clothes for the teacher.
Nwoko.
Yeah, for Nwoko. Mr. Nwoko sees the girl and then doesn't know how to talk to her. You know, he feels tongue-tied. But the crafty tailor one day decided to set him up. Having asked his daughter, he discovered that his daughter also had some feelings for the local letter writer. So he decided to set up the pair. That's why he told the girl to go and pick up a letter that the letter writer will write. The letter is for the brother, Wilson, who is working in Lagos, who has not been at home for a very long time. The father wanted to know what he's been doing in the city that makes him not want to come back to the village. So I think that's how the story develops.
Okay, so I mean, it's interesting. Eventually, you didn't finish the story actually, but you hinted that everything went very well.
Yes, in short stories, the writer can decide to end abruptly or leave it open for the reader's imagination. It's not all short stories that end with fairy tale endings and they live happily afterwards. So the writer of a short story has the liberty to end it perhaps abruptly, to keep the reader guessing and then create some bit of suspense.
Okay.
Yes.
Fred, very nice.
But I've been asked the same questions too by some people that the way the thing ended, it ended sort of abruptly. Shouldn't it have continued? Well, that's the same answer I give.
True.
Yeah, the writer has the liberty to end it, just at least midway.
Keep us guessing or get us to go and finish the story ourselves.
Yes, you go and resolve it yourself.
Thank you very much, Fred. Thank you for this time we've had together, and well done.
Thank
you for joining us on Channels Book Club.
Thank you very much for the invitation.